All right. Hey, folks. How's it going there? Nice of you to join me here on a Friday. Kind of losing track of the days. Really appreciate you coming. And last couple weeks, I've been having a great time designing and just keeping some momentum going, looking forward my next opportunity. Let's see who's checking in and joining us here. Let's just make sure we got the stream going all right. It's always a little bit more to handle by yourself, but I think we'll be okay here today. I just want to give you folks a little bit of background, how we got to where we are, making a really awesome demo cage for mission critical events. Kind of goes all the way back to high school. I have, let's see here, if I set up my commands correctly here. So I have a little sister, and she's 10 years younger than me. It's just a couple years ago, and she has both autism and Down syndrome. And way back when, in the early 2000s, we didn't have all this information that we had online. And so I would go around. All right, I think we are off and rolling again. My apologies. I don't have all the infrastructure that I used to here. So it's good to always have a backup plan. Like I said, believe in no-fail live streaming. Anyway, I started the live streaming services at Airbnb and helped build those up, and this philosophy of no-fail live production, because it's so important. We're bringing people closer to experiences, whether they're in the same room or they're on the other end of the world. I believe that's really, really important to do. And this is our setup for the Olympics. Even when we had the pandemic, we brought all our gear home, and I worked with another producer in tandem because there was no QoS, and we produced live Olympic experiences in partnership with the IOC and Airbnb. And the whole pandemic was also very isolating. I think a lot of us can really relate to that. And it got me really interested in VR and using VR to bring people, again, closer to experiences. And so I started filming in 360, and I developed a VR yoga app. And I started vlogging in 360. And I've always been really interested in having really high quality, high fidelity sound. And even though I was filming in 360, I didn't want to use these tinny little microphones. So I was looking for a microphone mount where I could mount my DJI microphone receiver directly onto my camera. And unfortunately, there wasn't any. So I worked with my good friend Martin. He's a mechanical engineer. And together, we designed the first mount for these 360 cameras that stays inside the stitch line of the camera. And this is what it looked like. It was 3D printed. We had it in a little cardboard box. We hand stamped them all, and we sold a lot of them on Amazon because there just wasn't anything. There just wasn't a good solution. People had this problem, but they were finding all these hacky ways of trying to solve their problems. And that's one of the things I'm hoping that I can work with you folks to is solve pain that we've always had, and let's finally solve it. And so, it was 3D printed. You could even see the little stripes from the 3D printer. And over the years, we evolved our brand. And this is our first metal mount. You can see it getting laser etched here. And there's what that looks like. And we're still selling these guys today. It's one of our top products. But after selling these in 120 countries around the world, I landed a job over at Pinterest. And so I packed up my family. We moved from Hawaii to San Francisco, and you guys know the rest. 6 months later, I got laid off. And I've been kind of on a mission to keep my momentum and dive back in. While I was working at Pinterest, I couldn't get as much done, but I was able to get one product done. I was developing this cage, this frame for 360 cameras and microphones. And here's a little clip of that getting fabricated. And it's not so dissimilar to designing a frame and a cage for a phone. We just need to have a much more precise fit. And this is something I've had as an idea for a long time. But I just couldn't grasp how to do it precisely, and I just really never had that full amount of time to execute on it well. But now I do. Now I've got a lot of time. And we've been asked to do more demos lately too. You know, with VR and some of all these apps that are integrating it, we're really wanting to do more and more demos to showcase all these features. So what I did here is I thought, hey, what if we took the world's ugliest connector, these USB-IF connectors, and what if we integrated them? What if we just found a way to, hang on a second, to just take that cable and capture that overmold. That's called the overmold, that big chunk of plastic around it, and make a very nice industrial case. And I talked to my friend at a leading tech company who's doing AI and runs events, and he said, Stephen, really what we want is something that feels more like a bumper, right? Something that that feels very, very subtle. And it feels good in the hand and looks great on camera. So that's where I kind of went back to the drawing board, and this is what I've been working on the last 2 weeks. Let's see here, take a peek here. It basically takes the Apple cable, these little 240 watts Apple cables, and captures that overmold completely inside the case. And because it's made 100% out of aluminum, we're able to keep it very thin and very subtle. These little tiny lips inside actually act like little structural L-beams and make it very strong, even though while keeping it just like a little over a millimeter thick. And so right now I'm in the process of working with fabricators that I've worked with before in China to get my engineering prototype done. I don't know if any of you folks are working in EMEA right now, but you'll probably realize that it's right now it's Chinese New Year. And so I'm gonna have to wait till February 26th to get my first engineering prototype. But I've got our pre-sale page up. And so if you go to our website here, I know it's always a little more challenging unless you have that corporate card to go buy things on a card. You can go to my website and pre-sale the cage. And it'll be available shipping April 30th. Or email me, x@xmount360.com, and we can get a prototype rolling. And of course, everyone has their Amazon business accounts. This product's live on Amazon right now, but obviously we can't order it because I just don't have the stock. They just don't allow pre-sales the same way that I could do through a PO or through my own website. But April 30th, it'll be up on Amazon too. So you can go with your Amazon business accounts, and we'll even give you a little business discount. And you can go buy that mount starting April 30th through Amazon. Again, this is what it looks like, that structural drawing. You'll see at the bottom, it kind of just snugly captures that overmold and just barely a little over a millimeter thick in the rails, but really strong with that that I-beam. So that's what I've been working on. And as some of you know, yeah, I'm also into VR quite a bit. 360 and VR kind of go really well hand in hand. And this is a picture of me working at Pete's Coffee. I love to get out in the world and work in VR. A lot of my customers I have, there's over a 50% overlap in 360 degree cameras and the VR world. So that's also going to be the next product I'm working on. Is I'm going to be designing a battery dock for the Apple Vision Pro. I love sitting at my desk and using it as like a giant 4K monitor. But when I want to walk away and grab coffee or something like that, or if it's laying on its side, it just tends to yank along with me. And so we're doing a dock, and I'm just going to see. I think some of our customers on our website are going to like this, and we'll see. And it's an easy one to get out of the way. The next week, I'm going to be telling about something that I've been working on for over a year, and has maybe a little bit more nostalgia. But this I thought was just a little quick win, when that's a little bit of effort, 80% of the win, to get this out there. And so kind of over the next couple weeks, we'll be refining these designs and working on some of the packaging and some of the process, and getting these things to some of the influencers will be some of the process I talk about in the next couple weeks, while we have some of this lead time waiting to get our engineering prototypes for the 3 products that we'll be working on in the next couple weeks. Anyway, well, thanks for joining us here. Here's my website and my email address. If you want to shoot me an email, I can get a PO going for you. And also, come April 30th, search for it on Amazon and just search for X-Mount 360 mount. It'll pop right up. Yeah, so thanks for joining us, me today. Sorry for the tech difficulty. When it's just me, it's hard holding it down with a live stream, but luckily we always have backups, right? I always believe in no-fail live streaming. So, whatever experience you have, whatever equipment you have, there's a way. There's a way for you to do productions and do them, at a very high level, and make something that you feel passionate about, and that creates a story. And that's, I think, what I'm passionate about, is creating stories and bringing people closer to experiences. Well, let's check if we have any questions real quick about this process. I think it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about influencers. We're going to talk about design, packaging, and how to get things all the way out the door. Thanks, Square Pulse. Go for the golds. Thanks, Tristan. Amazing work. Love the live switching too. Yeah, it makes sense for keynotes for sure. Yeah. And by the way, I'm happy to be using Keynote. Google Slides is great for collaborating, but man, I am so happy to be using Keynote again. Let's see, anyone have any questions? We got super low latency, so if there's any questions, we should be able to see them real quick. No. Well, all right. Well, thanks for joining us, and we'll get that recording up, and hopefully you'll join me with the journey here going forward. We're going to make 3 great products, go through the process of designing them, fabricating them, marketing them, producing them, buying the UPC codes, and getting them out the door. All right. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate you guys. Cheers.